Where in the broader picture of what you see going on in the United States and beyond is the problem of the economic system, what we talk about on this program? I thought my viewers and listeners would enjoy how it looks from another perspective, from yours. You have broad interests, but in that the capitalist system and its ways figure, and I'd like to hear you say a few things about it.
Well, since I've been tutored by your work, I think that Marx got it, that we're in the twilight stage of capitalism when, as Marx predicted, what capitalism does is essentially not only become parasitic, but cannibalistic. So you've deindustrialized the country, you've thrust, and we know the figures, the official figures of unemployment, of poverty are fixed. You've impoverished the country, deindustrialized the country, stripped social services, and you have large corporations essentially consuming the very machinery that sustains the state. And the whole notion of the common good, of the commons, of any kind of government as a structure to foster and maintain community has been jettisoned by neoliberalism. And so you were watching in the Trump administration this extreme kleptocracy. And I'm not speaking about just the personal kleptocracy of Trump and his family, which is extreme, but the kleptocracy of corporations and hedge funds that seek to extract money. The education department, we spend about $800 billion a year on education. We have placed a lobbyist, Betsy DeVos, who has never even wasn't educated in essentially who has this mantra that we're going to destroy public education and make it better. And they want that money. And they're getting it through charter schools, which we know do not perform in states like Michigan, where DeVos's foundation has set up numerous for-profit charter schools. We know it doesn't function better. We know it's a form of educational apartheid in the sense that they will refuse to accept not only poor students, students of color, but students with learning disabilities, students for whom English is a second language because they're more expensive to educate. They have a kind of for-profit model. They're completely vocational. They destroy teachers' unions. They bring in people who are ill-equipped to teach and essentially teach by rote. And this is just writ large now. So you have her brother, of all people, Eric Prince, attempting to privatize the war in Afghanistan. You have Bose Allen Hamilton, which gets 99% of its revenue from the federal government by privatizing intelligence, which, of course, where Edward Snowden came from. Right. And that fusion, by the way, of corporate access to all of our personal information and government access to all of our information. We have 16 roughly intelligence agencies, and 70 or more percent of its work is done by private contractors. So that's the stage that we're in.